Hi, Marty, and thank you so much for being with me today. Italy is listening to you right now, and so I just wanted to ask you, first of all, to tell me a little bit more about your personal story as an artist so far. Thank you.
Yeah, of course. Well, as well, I wanted to mention my last name is actually Zambotto, so I have a lot of Italian in me as well. So it's really cool to be on the channel and speaking to everyone in Italy. Yeah, so my personal story is I live in Australia at the moment, and I come from a very small country town in the southwest of Western Australia. I grew up on a self-sustainable property. We had yeah, we had like our electricity was run from the sun. We grew our own vegetables. We drank water from the sky. It was a very beautiful upbringing and very free. And I don't think I owned a pair of shoes either. And that was by choice.
Of
I love
course,
being barefoot.
indeed,
Love being
indeed,
barefoot.
indeed. And so you have mixed origins. I saw a bit of your, I saw your bio, and I saw that you have French origin. But tell me also a little bit more about your Italian roots, if you do have them.
Yeah, of course. I don't know too much about my Italian roots because my it's from my dad's side. So my dad, yeah, he's French and he came from France, but his family comes from Italy, and that's where Zambotto comes from. But he didn't know his mother or his father too well because he was actually an adopted child. So then that's when he went to France. And yeah, that's. But I know that every time I meet like someone from Italy and I say my last name Zambotto, it's always a lot of fun.
And talking about France, where exactly are you from France, and how did France influence you in any way?
So can you ask that one more time?
Yes, sure. Talking about France, I was asking you the influences that France had on your path, on your career, on your personal life, and where exactly from France you are. I'm asking you this because, of course, you're going to be talking to a French audience at the Eurovision, so that's why I'm asking you this question.
Yeah, well, I grew up with knowing a lot about France and the history of France, and I've always seen the French as being like fashion icons, same as Italy, obviously as well. You guys are all so innovative with that, and I think it's like so cool. And pastries, I love pastries, and obviously, you can never turn down a croissant or a pair of chocolat or a escargot. Oh yeah, so good. The food, I mean, the food everywhere in Europe it's like I've been to Europe before, and it's always one of my favorite things. Is just like diving into the foods. Oh yeah,
And you're
bellissimo.
and you're finally coming back. We're so happy to see you again in Europe. Let's talk about, of course, your song. How did you come up with this idea? Because it is a really nice song, super catchy, super interesting. Tell me a little bit more about it and its meaning, because I'm guessing it has some like hidden meaning.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, the song has such a deep meaning, and it's like you don't really know the meaning of a song until you deep dive into the artist's brain, who like that wrote it and had the concept and bring the concept to life. And it's actually a concept that I wanted to write about for a very long time. It was from since I was a kid, actually, because like I said to you before, the way I grew up on a self-sustaining property, it was very isolated. And then when it came to me moving to the city and following my dreams in a very dense population, it was hard for me to adapt. And it was, I just went from like slow to fast. And it was very hard for me to adapt. So, until I started to become comfortable in my own skin and like expressing who I am and where I come from, because, when you grow up so isolated away from society, you learn, I believe like it taught me how to think individually and express myself in a very unique way. And like I said, that wasn't, I felt it didn't come naturally when I moved to the cities. So that's kind of what I wanted to write the song about, was around this concept of me coming out and showing my truest self and being extremely proud of that. And that's the whole world the Milkshake Man tries to emulate and bring together. And it's like, the Milkshake Man is the mascot of confidence and and just wants people to feel like the most loudest and proudest version of themselves.
So I really hope this is not going to sound like a silly question, in case I apologize in advance, but I guess there is something sexual about the song. Am I right, or am I completely wrong?
Well, it's again the beautiful thing about music. You can write songs that like are translated in so many different ways, and that's what I said. Like, it's just, I think it's beautiful that you can do that, and you can interpret a song the way you want it, and I love that. I think it's great. I think I love listening to songs and just listening to the lyrics and being like, oh wow, this sounds like it's about like chocolate melting on a really hot car, when really it's about like a dolphin that swims 3 kilometers an hour in an ocean.
Or a shark.
Or a shark.
Just because we were talking about Australia. No, but that was jokes
Well,
apart.
you know about Australia. We've got sharks in Australia.
I know a lot of things. A shark that eats a snake, that eats a spider. All the memes. I know all the memes about Australia.
That's impressive.
I've never been there. It's a little bit too far for me, but one day I really hope I can get there, guys. I guess that you had a lot of fun shooting the video. I'm pretty sure about it, because
it was awesome. It was actually funny that I was speaking about this today. You would never think it, but the space in the ice cream truck that we filmed in, I think I had to stand like this, and I couldn't stand up straight. I'm quite tall, so I was standing like this, and I had to like bend my knees. And I don't know if you can't really see my knees, but I had to bend my knees the whole time, and I probably had about that much wiggle room. You can't really see that either, but like you can see my body moving into that. It's like really hard, and it was really hot. We didn't have air conditioning or anything, and the day just so happened to be a scorching hot day. The day before it was like 24 degrees. Then the day we filmed was like 41, and then the day after was like 21 degrees. So
but the sweat can really give some atmosphere to the video. I'm thinking about "I'm a Slave for You" by Britney Spears, if you know what I'm talking about. Like, sweat is something cool for a video, actually. It's not a bad thing.
I agree, and it's like it's. I think like when a body like is sweaty, I think it's like extremely sexy as well. So it adds to it.
That's the whole point. Given that I thought this song was kind of a sexual song, it actually matches perfectly, if you know what I'm saying. So next question is about, of course, what do you expect from this Eurovision?
Well, even being in the competition is the biggest honor ever, representing a country, obviously. I just can't wait to meet everyone and tour Europe afterwards as well, and make the fans of this contest like lifelong fans, and talk to them and have good conversations, listen to everything they say. And I think that's all I could ever ask for, and just bringing positivity to people. That's all I want to do. I think I've always believed in that. It's like my mum has always preached on us kids, on me and my siblings, is just make sure that you're spreading positivity in the world and making everyone's human experience a whole lot better.
Plus, you can create such an amazing network, I guess, of artists, of new friends. It's really an amazing opportunity, the Eurovision. It is. I'm so happy that you can come back and have this opportunity. Plus, the song is amazing, man. I already told you, but the song is really, really good. Let me just say this, okay? Next question. Next question is about Australia. Could you please explain us the reason why Australia is participating in Eurovision, but at Eurovision? Because some people are just asking, why is Australia participating?
Oh, of course, yeah. I love this question because I think it's extremely relevant as well. Australia has such a vast, like, dense culture of the European communities, and even my dad being French, and my mum has a very she comes from Germany and also in Holland, and it's like it's just Australia is just full of, we have just the most beautiful cultures, and I think we have every reason to be in it for that. And everyone loves Eurovision here. We've been broadcasting it for decades now on our TVs. So yeah, Australia, when we got asked to be in the competition, it was one of the coolest things ever. It's one of the most iconic things in Australian history, in my opinion.
And another thing that I wanted to ask you is about another kind of a meme that emerged online over the last few years, actually, not too recently. There was a Australian presenter. Her name, I need to read this, is Lilin Chin, which is from
Yeah.
Australia. Can you tell us a little bit more about her? Because she actually became a meme some years ago. So who
I
is
love
she?
Lily
Where
Chin.
does she come from? Because so many people ask, who is this lady?
This is the best question ever. I love Lily Ching. Lily Ching is like, to me, is iconic. It's she's just she's an SBS news anchor. That's exactly what she is. But she was just like, she had such a personality. She was hilarious. And yeah, it's like, I feel like everyone in my age bracket and like older and I mean even a bit younger as well know exactly who she is. And yeah, I would value her up there as one of my Australian heroes, Lily Ching. Shout out Lily Ching.
So she's an icon, not just worldwide, but especially in Australia. She's a real icon in Australia.
And SBS goddess she is.
um, One more question is about, of course, have you heard any of the other Eurovision songs? And do you have any favorite?
Yeah, of course. I actually love Italy's. Italy's is my favorite. Lucio Corsi. That song I have been listening to so much. I was literally listening to it probably an hour ago. I love that song. And I love Zoe Me Voyage as well. I think that's such a good song. It's funny because you'd think that I would love the happy and the the upbeat dance ones, but I love slow songs. I love ballads, and like just songs that make me feel a type of way is always what I search for, and I always gravitate towards those types of songs.
Have you had the chance to read the meaning of Lucio Corsi's song? Or
No, but I've been meaning to do that. I know, like, I used to do that with because I listen to a lot of French music as well. Actually, Italian music I love as well. One of my favorite musicians of all time. Actually, I'm curious if you know who this is. Do you know Angelo Bonderati or Brandorati?
Angelo?
Angelo Brandorati. I can't say his name.
Yes, Angelo Branduardi. Yes, of course I know him.
Yeah, so he's
Why so? How do you know him?
My dad introduces me to so much European music and Italian music. There's a lot of Italian artists I know and love. He's the one that I can think of off the top of my head. But also he's like, it's actually hilarious. I can't believe I haven't mentioned this. Angelo is, I reckon, top two out of everyone I would want to see in the world perform live. He's in my top two.
Wow, I didn't expect this at all. This is such an amazing choice. I mean, I do not listen to him, but it's super interesting. Like an Australian guy listen to Angelo Branduardi. Actually makes no sense, but at the same time, that's the best thing about music, I guess, right?
Yeah, it is, right? That's why exactly right is, you don't even have to understand, because I don't understand what he's singing about or anything like that, but him musically and the music that comes out of Italy is just, and the coffee, obviously. Just, unbelievable.
The Lucio Corsi songs, by the way, talks about basically, toxic masculinity and the fact that you don't necessarily need to be like the tough guy, if you know what I'm saying. Yeah. You just need to be yourself. And what is your stance about this? What do you think about this?
That's absolutely beautiful. I could not agree more. I think history and tradition, it always goes back to I suppose, I mean, like me, I feel like I've always been expected to kind of be masculine or whatever, but I think that's rubbish. And I think we are very sensitive as human beings, and we should be able to wear that proudly and express ourselves when we feel like it. It's very important.
That is all for me for today. I'm so happy to have the chance to talk with you. Thank you so much. enjoy Eurovision, enjoy Europe. But one last thing, please. So this, as I told you, this interview will be uploaded on my YouTube channel as well as on my TikTok. Could you just please send a last message to the news followers? You can say anything. You can say, hi, news followers, listen to my song, support me at the Eurovision, whatever you want to say, please feel free, okay?
Is it news followers?
Yes, news followers, yes.
Okay. Hey, everyone, news followers. I hope you have fun listening to the interview with me. My name's Go-jo. I sing Milkshake Man. And I can't wait to meet you all in Basel in Switzerland and have the best time and make sure you have fun.
Guys, thank you so much. It was
Whoa.
such a nice interview. We even have fireworks. That is amazing. So happy. Guys, thank you so much. Enjoy your stay in Europe. Enjoy your time in Eurovision. And hope to see you really soon and talk to you soon. Thank you so much once again. Grazie mille.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
Ciao, Clementine. Bye.
Thank you.